Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Bailey and Sarah, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Bailey's ability to understand and respond to her formal obedience commands, the little tiny corrections and occasional food motivation that we give her when we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Sarah is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any little correction that's needed, and the only correction that we would give is a tug and release on her training collar, and she's going to be coming home with that. You'll be taught how to use that during your follow-up training session. Now she is sitting very nicely at Sarah's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Bailey heel. At this point, Bailey has a job to do, and you will notice that Sarah does not allow her to drop her head. When she puts her head on the ground, she's leading the walk, not you. She should walk nicely next to you, and when you stop, she should sit. So if you're taking her for a walk, it should be at your pace. She should be paying more attention to you than what's on the ground or what's going on around her. And when you stop your feet, she should sit and wait for her next command. And the next command is the sit-stay. Stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. It can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. And when Sarah returns back to her, she walks right back to her shoulders where they started. She gives her a pat for praise, and they take off heeling again. Now, one thing that's triggers for her are things on the ground. She loves leaves. She distracts herself. And you don't want that. So if you can avoid it, I would recommend it until you get a little better working with her, because that's going to take practice. And this time, instead of returning back to her, Sarah's going to call her. And she's to come and sit, not come and launch herself at you. Now she's distracted, so you're going to see Sarah give that tug and release on the collar that we talked about. You don't pull, you pop. And she's so big that you forget that she is still a puppy. Not a puppy like her brother, but still a puppy. Sarah will call her again. Actually, she's a teenager, which makes it even worse. So that's her heel, her sit-stay, her come. And the next thing that we're going to demonstrate for you, when we do use a mat, because she's not great at laying down outside. So practice your commands indoors as well as outdoors. This is her down and stay. She's not great at holding it, so that's going to be something that you'll work with at home, getting her to hold her down stays longer. And again, she does it better indoors than outdoors, but we like to give you a broader view than what we can do in the house. Sarah uses a treat, and that's okay. She lays down, and I've seen her hold the stay for a little bit, but it's not as long as I would like. And then she sits up and looks at you. So we have demonstrated for you Bailey's heel, her automatic sit, her sit and stay, her sit, stay and come, and her down. These are the commands that we want you to practice with her. If possible, on a daily basis, just run through your video twice and you'll have a good workout, and use these commands in your everyday living situations. I'm going to have a private chat with you about your small dogs. We will see you tomorrow, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training.